It's very hard to put a top 10 list of luxury watches because I did it before. I did it basically every year, but I do it without no commentary, and I always have to leave out some of the watches, and people ask me, why did you left out this brand or this brand, why did you left out Richard Mille and whatnot. But this is not independent, obscure watch brands. I'm talking about the luxury mainstream watches, something for the normal people, for the people who think Tag Heuer and Longines are also luxury watches, which I do not. Well, maybe Tag Heuer. But yeah, so this is the list of top 10 luxury watches according to me. I'm a DC gunner. And the number one on the list, I'm gonna put Breitling. And this is one of these luxury watch brands that does not get a lot of love. But lately, these past couple years, they've been turning it around. They've been churning out some great models. They dig deep into their history. They went back to their roots, and they created some awesome new models, new watches. And I think they just need to be on this list. So if you disagree, by the way, about any of these, write me down in the comment section down below. So number 2, I'm gonna have to put Zenith. I don't know is Zenith should be on number 1 or number 2, but it has to be on the list. Iconic El Primero, and you can argue Zenith has not worked hard as Breitling these years. Maybe Breitling should be above Zenith, but they only have El Primero and they rely on that one too much. But El Primero is El Primero. It's a first automatic chronograph in the world, and it's a beautiful watches, and they make great watches. And whether I agree they should be number 1 or 2, it does not matter. They need to be on the list. Next luxury watch brand on my list has to be IWC. IWC, I love the Big Pilot. I wish it's not that expensive. The normal chronograph is normal price, but Big Pilot, it's Big Pilot money. But I love it, and I love IWC design language. I love that they are partly German, and that reflects in their designs. And IWC here in Europe, I don't know everywhere else in the world, but when you mention IWC, it is held in such a high regard. It's back in the day, it used to be considered more worthier and more classier than Rolex, but nowadays it's not. Anyways, IWC, I love them, and I need to have them on my list. I just love the brand, and I love the design language. And they're doing, all these brands now are doing in-house movements, so no more outsourcing movements, because they have to. So we had Breitling, Zenith, IWC, so we have 3. Number 4, I should put Omega, or Omega, like as James Bond likes to say. Julian, is that Omega? No, it's a Swatch X Watch Omega mission to Uranus. Anyways, Omega is doing also, just like Breitling, lots of great watches, but the 2 biggest icons from Omega, of course, are Speedmaster and the Seamaster Masters. And the Omega recently introduced the new technology, spirals, and Omega is working hard to kick ass, and they are taking names. So definitely we need to have Omega. So we have Breitling, Zenith, IWC, Omega, and we are almost half on the list. And I need to put on number 5. I like to put Rolex on number 5. Some people go mad they go ballistic, Rolex should be number one. You can argue that it should be number one. And if I would put it on number one, I would have no problem. I have no problem to put it number one, but I just want, because there's some other things that in horology and watch collecting that I value more than a resale value, and all that jazz, that nonsense that surrounds Rolex these days. So number 5, Rolex, the most iconic watches in the world. Everyone knows them. Not all people will know IWC or Zenith, but when you say expensive watch, everyone in the world knows and thinks Rolex. So yeah, no introduction, no way. Maybe it should be higher. Write me down, what do you think? I'm gonna put it at number 5. Number 6, I'm gonna put Jaeger LeCoultre, or JLC. Jaeger LeCoultre, if you're a real asshole. JLC, watchmaker. And people think it's because the watchmaker like to wear JLC watches, which is true, but it's not completely true. Let's say caliber 920. You can find that caliber across the Holy Trinity watches. You have Audemars Piguet, Vacheron Constantin, and Patek Philippe, which we will talk about in a sec. And they all used 920 JLC's caliber ultra thin chronograph masterpiece for decades, and that's why. And of course, I love reversals. So we have number 6, JLC, and number 7, I'm gonna have to put A Lange Donau, the Germans. But these Germans can also be on number 1. Just like I said for Rolex, they can be a number 1 easily. Moment architecture, and when you just look at them, you need to stare at them, even if it's on photo, and when you see one in person, you just gonna want to wet your pants. That's how cool and awesome watches they do make, and they do truly. Zeitwerk, Datograph, or Datograph, or Zeitwerk, just awesome, and just crazy. And I really wish I could move them higher up the list. So we have now Breitling, Zenith, IWC, Omega, Rolex, JLC, Lange & Söhne, and right now we are left with the Holy Trinity. And usually in the Holy Trinity I put AP on the third place, but right now I'm gonna put Vacheron Constantin. Vacheron Constantin needs no introduction. It's just a traditional watchmaker, watch brand, truly something special. But on number 9, I'm gonna have to put, or on number 1, whatever. It doesn't matter what number is which. On the number 9, I'm gonna have to put AP, because AP, you can argue also that AP can be number 1, but I really messed up these numbers, right? Okay, I'm gonna do some counting later on, but yeah. AP is a rock star. AP is a rock star among the Holy Trinity. They are cool and popular, And not just the Royal Oak, all across the board, they're doing great stuff. And they truly are a rock star on this list. And not just in Holy Trinity, but on this list. And number one, I should have gone with, look at this, guys. I started with the 1, 2, 3, and now I'm going back to the number one. Or doesn't matter. I'm gonna recap it. So, Patek Philippe, number one watch brand, most popular luxury watch brand, and Patek Philippe is the Rolls Royce of watches. You may have Pagani Zondas, you may have, I don't know, but Patek is Rolls Royce, the best. So yeah, let me recap right now what I just did. I really messed it all up, but I just sat in front of the camera. I don't have a list or anything like that, so that's why all this mix up. But so let's just recap. We have Breitling, Zenith, IWC, Omega, Rolex, GLC, Langenzona, Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe. So that's it, guys. Tell me what do you think, and write me down. I know I missed a lot of watch brands, and I get these questions and comments a lot. Where is Richard Mille? Where is F. Peugeot? Where is Panerai? Where is Panerai? Where is Panerai? Yeah, but who would you kick out? So tell me, do you agree with my list? Who would you kick out? And if you ask me where is Panerai or where is this and that brand, make sure to write me who would you kick out from this list, because this is just top 10, tight top 10, and you cannot add 11. Those are the rules of the game.